Welcome back to Fact Fan. It's Andy here. I hope you're enjoying the content on the channel. And if you don't mind sparing a moment to press the like button, it's very appreciated. So in today's video, I have uncovered 6 videos of the most powerful earthquakes captured on camera, ranging from a devastating quake in Trinidad that swiftly cleared the shelves of a busy grocery store to a terrifying video revealing the moment a 7.8 magnitude earthquake struck a border crossing in Tibet. Trinidad and Tobago, an independent island nation located off the northeast coast of Venezuela, comprises 2 main islands, with Trinidad being the larger one. The island remained untouched by eastern settlers until Christopher Columbus claimed it for Spain in 1498, giving it the name La Isla de la Trinidad, which translates to the Island of Trinity. Despite its historical significance, Trinidad is prone to seismic activity, and the UWI Seismic Research Center indicates that the Eastern Caribbean experiences around 2,200 earthquakes every year. On August 21, 2018, a violent earthquake struck the area, causing islanders to scramble for safety. In a grocery store, shoppers were going about their routine shopping when chaos erupted. Amidst the tremors, a man and woman in the rice aisle looked up at the walls, silently exchanging concern. Suddenly, items flew off the shelves, and the store turned into a scene of pandemonium. The two attempted to hold on to the shelves for support, but the situation became too hazardous. Eventually they, along with everyone else, fled the store as food spilled into every aisle. Interestingly, the earthquake's epicenter was actually in the Venezuelan city of Carúpano, about 170 miles away from Trinidad. Discrepancies arose regarding the quake's strength, with the U.S. Geological Survey rating it as 7.3, while the Venezuelan Interior Minister referred to it as a 6.3. Fortunately, no lives were lost in this event, and the damage was limited to minor structural issues. However, the aftermath left a significant mess that would not be enviable for anyone tasked with the cleanup. Over the past 2 centuries, the Philippines has faced numerous challenges. In 1898, the United States acquired the islands from Spain for $20 million, and during World War II, the country suffered heavy bombing by the Japanese. One of the islands, Mindanao, the second largest in the Philippines and the 7th most populated in the world, bore a significant portion of the devastation. Moreover, the entire region remained prone to powerful earthquakes. In 2019, Cotabato, a small landlocked province on Mindanao, experienced a series of violent earthquakes that caused widespread destruction. Workers in a high-rise office in the area had first-hand experience of the sheer power and terror of these earthquakes.
Hoy, di daw magpanik! Relax! Di magpanik!
The office is shaken by a powerful 6.8 magnitude earthquake. Light fixtures sway from the ceiling, and window shades flap as if haunted. Panicked workers rush towards the fire escape, their immediate instinct to evacuate. Amidst the chaos, a courageous cameraman decides to stay behind to document the experience, while a coworker seeks refuge under her desk. Earthquakes are classified on a 6-tier magnitude scale, with Tier 1 being barely noticeable and Tier 6 signifying a catastrophic event. The Cotabato quake, registering at 6.8, falls in the 4th tier, posing a significant risk of extensive damage to densely populated areas. Tragically, the October 2019 earthquake claimed 40 lives, left 800 injured, and resulted in the destruction of over 21,000 homes. Fortunately, everyone in the office building survived the ordeal. It is hopeful that they were granted the next few days off to recover from the harrowing experience. Though not alive to experience it firsthand, many Californians are aware of the devastating San Francisco earthquake that struck in 1906. This event occurred along the Loma Prieta segment of the San Andreas Fault, an area that remained relatively inactive for the following 80 years. However, on October 17, 1989, the Earth trembled again, and this time the whole world witnessed it through live television broadcast. The 1989 earthquake is often referred to as the World Series earthquake, due to its occurrence during the Battle of the Bay between the Oakland Athletics and the San Francisco Giants at Candlestick Park. As Game 3 was about to begin, broadcasters Tim McCarver and Al Michaels were narrating highlights from Game 2. Suddenly, the entire stadium started shaking, causing TV signals for viewers at home to cut in and out. The last thing they heard was Al Michaels saying,
second base, so the Oakland A's take.
Hey, hello, we're having an
earthquake. Wait a minute. Hold on. Can you feel that? There go the lights. 911.
Yeah, this is an emergency in San Francisco. What happened? There's a hell of an earthquake, and we've got windows and everything is falling out. We've got a hell of a dust cloud.
How is it for emergency?
Cypress section of the West Grand Freeway has come down.
The Cypress structure has collapsed. 238, we have a major injury accident, Cypress and West Grand. They're advising major injuries. We're attempting to get 1141.
We have a 50% section which is collapsed from westbound into eastbound. Said the upper deck collapsed into lower deck.
From westbound into eastbound, east of TI.
The earthquake caused extensive damage estimated in the tens of millions of dollars across the Bay Area, severely affecting several double-decker bridges. Striking at around 5 p.m., the timing was fortunate as it coincided with rush hour traffic, but the majority of people were already at home or elsewhere watching the game. Consequently, the highways were not as congested as they typically would have been during that time. Nonetheless, the earthquake resulted in the tragic loss of 63 lives and left almost 4,000 others injured. The most significant number of casualties occurred when the double-decker Nimitz Freeway collapsed, claiming 42 lives. Looking at the overall picture, October 17, 1989, was a fortuitous day for a ballgame, which likely spared thousands of lives, as many people were not on the roads during the quake. The Himalayan mountains boast several natural wonders, including Mount Everest, massive avalanches, and even legends of the Yeti. However, what may surprise you is that the Himalayas are among the most seismically active regions on Earth. Over the past century, this area has endured 3 violent earthquakes, each causing the loss of thousands of lives. On April 25, 2015, a magnitude 7.8 earthquake hit Nepal, becoming the worst natural disaster to strike the country in nearly a century. The impact rippled across the region, resulting in widespread damage and a tragic increase in the death toll. One area significantly affected by the quake was the border crossing with Tibet. Through extensive research, exclusive footage was discovered, capturing the precise moment when the earthquake struck the region. As the border with Tibet looms in sight, frightened locals scramble for cover as the ground trembles beneath them. The steep mountains, prone to landslides, become even more dangerous as dust and dirt obscure visibility to extreme lows. Amidst the chaos, different priorities become evident. One person chooses to document the earthquake with a smartphone, while another prioritizes protecting his wife and daughter, leading them to safety. In such dire circumstances, the question of where to run becomes a challenge in itself. While the video captures the fear of that moment, it pales in comparison to the widespread destruction left in the earthquake's wake. The Nepal disaster claimed a staggering 9,000 lives and left 600,000 structures destroyed. Additionally, avalanches triggered on Mount Everest took 22 lives, making April 25th the deadliest day in the mountain's history. The impact of these events had far-reaching consequences, especially for Nepal, one of Asia's poorest countries, which has struggled to fully recover from the 2015 earthquakes. However, as of 2021, positive progress was observed, with 92% of the population on track to move into repaired and refurbished houses. Puerto Viejo, Ecuador, is renowned for its exquisite tamarind trees and holds historical significance as one of the oldest cities in the country, dating back to the early 1500s. Situated about 20 miles off the Pacific shore, the serene city faced a catastrophic event on April 16, 2016, when a powerful 7.8 magnitude earthquake shook it to its core. This quake marked the worst natural disaster to strike the country since the devastating Ambato earthquake in 1949. Tragically, it claimed the lives of 676 people, including an American, an Irish nun, and an Italian businessman. Various CCTV videos captured the intense shaking that jolted the city that night. As life was winding down, people were taken by surprise as they scrambled for cover. Cars shook, and shelves spilled their contents, adding to the chaos. The footage showed a poignant moment of a mother and daughter seeking solace in each other's arms while trying to comprehend the unfolding catastrophe. Another scene revealed a family rushing outside in their sleepwear, unwilling to stay indoors, fearful of a potential roof collapse. Though thankfully, no one was injured in the clips, they underscored the raw and relentless power of the earthquake. As per the CDC's guidelines, the safest place to be during an earthquake is in an open area, away from buildings, trees, telephone poles, and gas lines. Ironically, the most dangerous spot is near the outside walls of a building, precisely where the family decided to stand with their young children. The economic toll of this disaster was immense, with estimates ranging between 2 and 3 billion US dollars. Some areas suffered up to 90% infrastructure destruction. To this day, it is believed that the country is still recovering from the aftermath of this devastating event. March 11, 2011, remains etched as one of the most tragic days in recent memory, prompting questions about how many disasters can strike a single country before one wonders if a higher power is involved. On that fateful day, East Japan experienced a devastating 9.1 magnitude earthquake that unleashed a colossal 133-foot tsunami. To compound the catastrophe, the tsunami caused a nuclear meltdown once it reached land. This earthquake stood as the most powerful to hit Japan since modern record-keeping began in 1900. As of 2021, this disaster had claimed nearly 20,000 lives and left over 6,000 others injured. Disturbing reports from 2015 indicated that almost 250,000 people were still residing in temporary housing due to the aftermath. Tragically, most of the casualties did not directly result from the earthquake itself. The tsunami struck during freezing temperatures, making rescue missions incredibly difficult, especially in Ishinomaki, the city with the highest number of casualties. Residents and neighboring towns had a mere 10 minutes to evacuate before the tsunami hit, and ultimately, 90% of those lost in the tragedy met their fate through drowning. To this day, Fukushima remains radioactive, but levels are expected to decrease by half by 2041. This disaster stands as one of the worst in modern history, and Japan hopes it will never have to face such a calamity again. With a total cost surpassing 360 billion US dollars, the 2011 earthquake and tsunami claimed the unfortunate title of being the most expensive natural disaster in history.